Hello everybody, my name is the Golden Gear, and is Black Ops 6 a good game? This is a question that no one really seems to know the answer to, unless you're this guy who hates Black Ops 6 a lot. So much so, that he's screaming about it in the titles and thumbnails, yet still very much invests himself into the game. Jokes aside, I was very hesitant to even get the game in the first place. And this is for the same reasons why I stopped playing COD altogether after Ghost. I was seeing the decline of Call of Duty. Infinity Ward peaked at Modern Warfare 2 and finished off strong with Modern Warfare 3. But when they made Ghost, it just felt like a super watered down version of what Modern Warfare 3 was. Like the same game but with like a wash of gray over it. Because back then, each Call of Duty game had its own identity to it, its own feel. Ghost simply didn't have that. Its campaign was lackluster and forgettable. The maps were I don't even remember the guns or if that game had wall running or not. This was the biggest red flag. Because, like, in my opinion, Infinity Ward always did multiplayer better than Activision. And they told such a rich story with the Modern Warfare series. Speaking of Activision, Black Ops 2 was the last good Call of Duty game of the 2010s. This was solely the case because of zombies. Because, let's be real, fellas, Black Ops 1 and 2 multiplayer was alright. I can't speak much for World at War multiplayer as I was like 8, but I do remember that if you got a tank, you basically won, and on PC, you can straight up just see through the grass if you turn your graphics all the way down. But where it fell in multiplayer, it shined with zombies. You know, that prototype that some devs made during the development of World at War during crunch time. They thought it would be a fun little gimmick to add in that became the main selling point of the games going forward. Yeah, that thing. It was the reason why you bought an Activision COD game. The maps were so well crafted, so beautiful, very scary. The zombie storyline was engaging, it was mysterious, it was dark. It had some grit. I am not going to get into what I believe is the peak era of zombie storytelling, but I will say that it's very funny that this all started out with basically 4 American soldiers crashing a plane containing element 115, which is like this crashed meteorite that clearly has some elemental / magical properties that was bringing dead zombies back from the dead. And then you get to like Reese, and then you're getting into all the conspiracy theories with like gold trains and super soldiers and all that stuff. You know, all that fun stuff that, you know, these people like to talk about. But I'm getting very off topic here. I could keep ranting about how Black Ops 3 is technically peak zombies because it had Zombies Chronicles and a full modding community that, to this day, is still making zombies content. Something that was only ever seen all the way back in World at War. And I can also go on about how Black Ops 3 had the worst campaign ever, but nowadays people see it as some sort of 10 million IQ peak cinema kind of shit. Like it was fooled everybody, fooled the entire world, nobody understood it. I don't know. I never played Black Ops 3. Or how the new Modern Warfares are just complete ass, and all the jetpack movement and all this shit is ass, and the censorship is ass. But that's not what this video is about. This video is a Call of Duty veteran who played the first Call of Duty game and someone who remembered to throw the grenade, not the pin, finding out the answer if Black Ops 6 is a good game. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the multiplayer. It's not very good. The maps don't stand out much, they're fine, and for some reason World at War maps are just existing outside the map in super low poly, but they're fine. Nuketown is back for the 20th time, and Stakeout is a thing. The wannabe Rust map, but without kill streaks, and people only really using it to speedrun camos and levels. It's so bad that I even have videos playing in the bottom right corner of my screen while playing Stakeout during double XP events because it's just peak Call of Duty brain rot. The Omni movement is a pretty gimmicky but fun to mess with system. I don't really have a problem with it, but I will continue to only sprint in a straight line because of muscle memory from the last 20 some years of playing FPS shooters. There's this whole controversy about like skill-based damage, and like I can believe it to an extent knowing the track record of where modern games are going nowadays. But if you play hardcore, it doesn't really matter since everything is a one tap. Also, the menus are just terrible, and hardcore is like hidden for some reason, and I don't even know if there's a search and destroy game mode, and I'm too lazy to reboot the game to even go find out. Ninja defuses for peak. Speaking of peaks, I'm glad that we actually have teams this COD game now. It's not just your team, an enemy team. Wow, so advanced. But it will never replicate the multiple factions you had when playing the old games. Where I do understand the concept of an operator, I honestly rather just play as a generic, randomly generated soldier, since team recognition can be difficult at times since the only indicator of a friendly teammate is a blue name and a dot above their head. It also gives us this weird free-to-play vibes when you get like a lot of like 6 of the same skin on your team running around, but you know. Point is, multiplayer, it's kind of shitty, but that's kind of the track record for Activision anyways. Bring back the COD message of the day and statistics of how many bullets fired globally and all that kinds of shit. Also, as a side tangent, UAVs and like stuff in the air is very easy to shoot down now. I could have sworn in old Call of Duty games the UAVs were like extremely distant and hard to see in the sky, and it took forever to shoot them down, but whatever. Oh, zombies. The very clear selling point of this game, outside of that funny Omni movement. Back to round-based zombies. A comfortable and familiar sight. But even still, it's a far cry from what zombies used to be. Maps are super open and you can climb over just about anything. It's extremely forgiving, and getting in tight situations is not the end of the world. Zombies also no longer down you in 2 hits and 4 if you had Jug. You have armor and can take multiple hits. Point system is different, favoring headshots as the highest rewarding score over knife kills. There was never really a moment where I felt like I was in danger, really. Like, it felt like I can like squeeze out of a lot of situations I really shouldn't have. Considering the fact that in old zombie maps, you couldn't climb over anything, not even like a barrel or a railing. Like, you had to go down a flight of stairs the proper way, and that's how you get sandwiched all the time. And then the infamous double tap, that's always fun. The scare factor is also completely gone. Zombies is no longer a scary, nightmarish, pants-shitting hellscape that it once was. That's a bit of a shame. I liked it when zombies was scary and apocalyptic, and you felt like you were lost in this ever so changing and scary world. As of recording this video, we have 3 maps to choose from. They're fine. Nothing to shit your pants over, but they have enjoyable Easter eggs and fun perks to play around with. And we are no longer stuck with 28 zombies per round, or 28 zombies can spawn at a time because, you know, limitations. And you know, one of the 2 main reasons I play this game so much is hoping Activision does do Zombies Chronicles 2. Since there was apparently leaks about it and something about Ascension, but all we can do is wait and see. Point is, I like zombies in Black Ops 6. I still strongly prefer the old school, since the maps were a million times better, and I just think it was executed a lot more smoothly and flawlessly and less buggy. And the story was significantly better, since Black Ops 2 Origins seems to have ruined fucking everything with whatever bullshit this is. I also believe that gobblegums are just built-in hacks, because why the fuck do we need challenge anymore? But I'm gonna start ranting it if I keep going. So, zombies, it's good, it's fun, it's zombies with a new coat of paint. The campaign I can't really speak much of right now because I've only played the first 2 missions of it as of recording this video. I like the 2 missions so far, so we'll see where it goes from there. Apparently there's something about Verkuda, and the 115 song appears somewhere, like they're making zombies like a canon thing or something, which doesn't. They're making zombies canon somehow, which doesn't make sense since that took place during World War II, whatever. Anyway, let's talk about some other stuff, like the shop, for instance. Oh boy, it's just straight ass. Everything is tied to a bundle. You cannot buy anything separately. Oh, what, you want a charm or a cool kill from a bundle? Well, tough shit, idiot. You need to buy a bunch of garbage. Also, COD Points is just a terrible name. Like, why couldn't you come up with a fun currency? Like, what's with games making these terrible currency names? Like, are you that lazy? Like, come on. Look at these prices. Some of these bundles go up to $30. And may I remind you that this is a $70 game. The only thing I will admit to buying with this game is the Black Cell Pass. And that's only because I one, won a bet, and two, I was lured in by a fucking... Oh, and, Brutus is cool too. Also, half the blueprint skins take up half your screen when you aim down the sights, so pay to lose, I suppose. And, like, what is half of the shit in the store, bruh? Like, stop, like, Fortnite... Jeez. Call of Duty, stop being Fortnite. Prestige rewards are nice. Even if the permanent unlock tokens are like kind of useless now, since blueprint skins just unlock the gun for you and you can't even use it for the one thing that's actually important. Speaking of prestige unlocks, the only cool things, in my opinion, to unlock only extend to Prestige 3. I absolutely love the World at War appreciation material here in this game, and this Black Ops 1 charm is really nifty. Everything else is ass. Even you, Black Ops 2 Mason, because you are put on a non-American operator, so your voice makes no sense, and I have a feeling Activision has done you super dirty. So, is Black Ops 6 a good game? Well, kinda. Maybe. If it continues the route it's going, no. But if it can learn from its mistakes and listen to the community, I think COD can make some sort of a real comeback. So play this game if you got Game Pass or if it goes on sale. But the sale part is unlikely since they are still charging $60 for Black Ops 2 on PC, which has actual security breaches and backdoors which allow people to hijack your PC just by playing the game. Actual seriously dangerous shit. Pay $60 for somebody to brick your PC. Like, this is like the fate of every Call of Duty game. It comes out, it has content, whatever. The next game comes out, the devs just forget the last game exists, hackers come in and chaos ensues, and then after a while breaches happen with security, and now next thing you know you're hacked. I mean, hey, in Black Ops 2 you can literally get mod menus by just watching theater mode. It's great. And you know, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, the second main reason why I played this game so much. I love seeing funny numbers go up. I fell into the addiction of leveling up and unlocking camos. Fell into this trap of forcing myself to grind for hours in the event this game gets really good. If Black Ops 6 was a grade, I would give it a C, since I'm not angry and offended by it like some other game, but I'm also not really as engaged as I could be. It's slop. There's a lot of issues with it, but that can be said with any game in the modern era. It's slop, but this slop can become fine dining if it really tried. I miss old Call of Duty. I liked the simplicity of the menus we had. I don't know, man. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, use code GOLDENGEAR in the Fortnite shop to support my crap content.